Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Bobby. We've got Rob. We've got Mike. How you doing?
How we doing? Doing good.
So
Doing well.
Dave is not going to be here tonight. We want to wish Dave and Stacy a happy anniversary.
Happy
So,
anniversary, Dave and Stacy.
yep, happy
Enjoy your night.
anniversary.
Happy
Hope you guys
anniversary.
have a great day. Um, this is episode 48 of the Area 51 Racing Podcast. Um, Don't mind me. I'm a little off today. I don't know if it's a sinus infection or if it's a sinus headache or what's going on, but I have been off for the past 24 hours, so please don't mind me. I want to let you guys know the big announcement that we've been kind of telling everybody. We are on Spotify. So
Finally.
you go
Congrats.
to Spotify, go to Area 51 Racing Podcast, and that's the first thing that pops up. I mean, it is cool. Rob and I've got 21 episodes in the book so far. Rob's going to try to get the rest of them up by, I'd say, by the weekend. But with that being said, we're going to do our intro and then get over here and talk to Mike and uh, see what's new with Mike.
Yeah! Area 51 podcast. Jeremy Clements is going to win at Daytona. Can you guys believe this? Oh my God.
So here comes a young lady out of Lincoln, California, the 67 Kylie Glick. Here goes Kylie Glick.
In the business of my dream, I don't think that they're ready. Let's go. This is Cap Houston right here. Bobby, what you got for me?
All right. Episode 48 starts now. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing
So,
well.
tell us about yourself and your business.
Oh, well, from upstate New York. Name's Mike Belcher, owner of Belcher's Cheesecake Creations. Just a little family operation that I started about a little over 20 years ago. Um, it's a passion of mine, something that I started doing with my grandmother back when I was short and chunky, young and chunky. Now I'm old and chunky. Uh, so it was one of those things where like around the holidays and stuff like that, I'd pick out a recipe out of a recipe book, and she'd go and buy all the stuff for me, and I'd screw it up. So then over the years, I made my first cheesecake, I think, when I was around 10 years old, and uh, everybody told me they were difficult to make, but they always seemed a little easier for me. So um, we used to make something like that around the holidays every year, and then um, as I got into the workforce, I've been working with the Department of Defense for the last 16 years, and when I'd bring cheesecakes in for like potlucks and stuff like that, they'd always say, you really should maybe consider, doing this on the side. And I'm like, I don't know if this really would take off or not. And sure enough, I started a Facebook page, and I've been making the cheesecakes. The business itself has been alive for about 15 years, but I've been making cheesecake for a lot longer than that. So that's a little bit about me. I'm a dad. I'm also a husband. I've got 3 daughters, one son, and it's a busy house. They're all in sports. They're all playing musical instruments. They range from 18 down to 13. So busy house. But other than that, really just taking it day by day, like the rest of us do.
Now, I will say this because I've been on Mike about this. He don't ship. So I was like, man, you got to ship because I got a taste of a little bit of that cheesecake at Michigan, and holy shit, it was fire. Best cheesecake I've ever had.
That was yeah. It's when I was with Clements. What kind do you was it
I don't
was
even know. I asked Brandon.
yeah. I
I
think
think it was either Brandon or Tig. I got
yeah
just a little chunk, and it was
yeah.
like, oh my God, this
I
is
did a
good.
I think it was an oatmeal pie. I think I did oatmeal cream pie one I did, and then forget what the other one was. That's a couple of years now that I've brought some product down with me when I've come, and they've gladly accepted.
Now, Rob, what if we can get him down with us in Charlotte? I've already made a request. Cannoli and vanilla.
That's on the list. I've got a listing, and that's on there. So it's one of
It's
my top sellers, to be honest with you.
I seen the picture of this thing, and it's like,
Yeah, this is a busy time of year. I just wrapping up Thanksgiving. I've got some boxing to do here later on tonight, but I think we were around 18 orders this year, so that was we'll be out delivering tomorrow, and then I take a week or so off, and then Christmas is right around the corner.
So how many different varieties of cheesecakes do you have available for sale?
My listing, I think, has around 15 different types. But really, one of my slogans is if you crave it, we'll create it. So, really, I've had people reach out to me. I just had a customer recently. He's a return customer. Gets a cheesecake every year for his daughter's birthday, and I was like, "What are you looking to get?" He usually gets a an Oreo cheesecake every year, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna try something different. Can you do something with like Oreo and M&Ms maybe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I can." So did a little brainstorming and got him an order, and then just got notified this morning that everybody absolutely loved it. So it's one of those, it's open ended. So if anybody has an idea, just toss it out there, and I do my best to try to make it happen.
I'm gonna toss one out for you right now.
Gotcha.
We're gonna. It's just me thinking outside the box, and Rob knows them. I know Rob has an idea what I'm gonna say. Um, what do you think about a Reese's uh pie, like a Reese's pie?
You're so basic.
Is
I've
it
got
normal?
it's a normal. It's a normal. I've actually got two
Really?
or three of those in the fridge right now, ready to go out for tomorrow. Yeah, my top sellers. I've got the cannoli one you're talking about. I've got my Reese's peanut butter cup that I do. I have anything that I do with I do like a lemon strawberry, lemon raspberry cheesecake, oatmeal cream pie. I've done. Um, really, it's my wife came to me. She was at a Cheesecake Factory, and there was almost a divorce there because she went to Cheesecake Factory. I was a little concerned. But she came back and she said, you know, my favorite dessert is tiramisu, and they had a tiramisu cheesecake there, and I think you can make that happen. So for her birthday last year, she had taken a picture of her cheesecake slice and said, you know, this is this is what it looked like. This is how they put it together. So I put one together for her, and she absolutely loved it. So now we don't have an anniversary, a birthday, or anything that goes by where I'm not making one of those. So that's the newest one on the list. We've had one of those orders go through for Thanksgiving this year too, a tiramisu. So it's it's gotten good. I've done Bailey's Irish Cream. Uh, the alcohols are around this time of year, Thanksgiving for sure. You know, your Kahlúas, your Baileys. I do a baked caramel apple pie cheesecake, as well as the traditional pumpkin. So, and all of those, the pumpkin, your apple pies, they all come with homemade whipped cream on the side. So, um, $45 out the door, and you know, I've been told I can charge more. I started at 30 back when I first started, but with the economy here, 45 is about where I got to be. But um, like small business, and I love doing it. So I just love making people happy. I mean, tends to be through their stomach.
So do you have a storefront, or do you run your business from your house?
It's through my house, a second kitchen in my house. Um, we do have signage and everything like that. But yeah, it's not, I don't have my own established area yet. It has been in the plans to get something like that. Just looking to kind of, of course you have to do the finance end of it, make sure that's it's gonna support itself. So um, I think that's something that's definitely out in the future here coming up.
So I forgot to say this. This is segment 1 and 2, and it's brought to you by Alliance Driveway Solutions and Spartan Waste. Um, how did you get involved with Jeremy Clemens and when?
Hmm. Funny story, actually. We've been NASCAR fans, like I said earlier, and we've talked about for as long as I can remember. My grandfather was a employee and retiree from Remington Arms. So when Remington Arms put a car on the racetrack back in the mid '90s, um, he got me into the sport. So I had been in the sport. The biggest the thing that there's always something you can always trace back to tell you like how long you've been watching a sport or been involved in a sport, and it was the Dale Earnhardt Terry Labonte Bristol incident the second time through. So that's how I know that I've been in watching this for over 20, 30 years now. And so we NASCAR fans forever, number one. But with Jeremy, really, it started even before Jeremy. In Daytona, I think, I don't know the exact year, probably 6 years ago or so, I actually got involved with BJ McLeod Motorsports on the Cup side. Wasn't a sponsorship deal, it was more a VIP kind of access deal. So I was with them in Daytona, met BJ, met the group there. And then after that, um, I ended up I messaged Jeremy Clements also his Facebook page, because I had been interested in seeing what sponsorship costs were to put a decal or something on the car with the cheesecake business. And I received some word back from Jason Watson, who is within the team, and he set me up. And I think our first time, I would take my daughter to Dover every year for her birthday. She's born in May, so when the May race was going on, that was the first time I actually was on the car with Jeremy. That was 3 years ago now, I believe, and we've been with him continuously for the last 3 years. So that's how we got connected. Uh, just a big fan of the small teams, the family operated teams. It's where I come from, and I'd rather give my money for a sponsorship spot on somewhere that is gonna appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. So like everybody that's been on our podcast that's been is a partner or has been a partner with Jeremy Clements or like a former crew member or whatever, they've
Yep.
always said that when you meet the Clements family, you feel like an actual member of the family.
Right.
And I'm assuming that's the way that you felt as well.
Yeah, I did for sure. I know after the first time we were you kind of think, the first time for me being part of an organization putting a decal on a car, you think like, they have a bunch of partners. I just recently saw their holiday post and their thank you post of the hundreds of people that help them every year. So you think you're going to kind of be a drop in a bucket kind of deal, like you give them some money and they put you on the car, they invite you out. But when I came back, uh, like I said, I was on the car twice at Dover, and they recognize you. They say hi to you. They if they check on the family. Um, I have a big family, and our business is very important to us. So when he had his hero cards out that had our business on it, um you kind of feel a little stressed being like, hey Jeremy, you think maybe you could sign a few of these for me? And I needed 7 of them signed, just to take back to the family to be like, hey, this, we've made it. And he had no problem at all doing that for us. and like I said, I bring a couple cheesecakes down as long as the track is within distance to be able to properly take one down. Which Pocono, we were down there. We weren't on the car, but we were VIP guests with them in Pocono, uh, Dover as well, and then Michigan, of course. So I'll, even if we're not on the car, I bring something by. That's one of those things. It's like you said, it just feels like a family atmosphere. You gotta look out for your own.
So
Were you at Pocono this past summer?
Yes, we were there this past summer.
yeah, so I was getting ready to say that you didn't know you didn't know who he was,
Yeah.
No,
and
I had no clue.
and then I
Yep.
met him at Michigan, and I was like, dude, you look familiar, and he's like, yeah, I seen you at Pocono, and I was like, oh no shit.
Yeah. So we've been in the same area a few times, just taking a little while to figure out who everybody is.
I'll be damned. Yeah, I was like, yeah. When you first came out, I'm like, yeah, you look a little familiar too. And
Mhm.
now it obviously makes sense. I've seen you before.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
oh,
face.
that's awesome.
It's
But
a face my mother said only a mother could love. So I don't know.
But so what was your experience this year at the track? I mean, obviously you went to what, 3 races total?
Yeah, we were at a few. Yeah,
How,
three I
what
think
what
total.
was your experience on all those, and which one was the best?
Racing wise, I thought Michigan was the best racing wise. Dover, you can kind of get lulled to sleep a little bit. Um, the problem that my daughter and I have is we tend to bring the rain wherever we go. So Dover, and I this is no lie. Dover for 5 years straight rained out the Sunday Cup race there. And we were there every year. So the first year I had Airbnb, or we went down on a bus trip, got rained out, came back. Second year we had Airbnb, rained out, had to try to find a hotel last minute. And then the last 2 or 3 years I just booked through Monday because I know we're gonna rain out. So we've been to Dover quite a few times. The racing at Dover, fast, high banked. Racing is okay. Pocono is the closest that I have outside of Watkins Glen. Um, is another one of those racetracks I can, of course, get a little sleepy. But definitely, I think Michigan was for the racing product that they put on, was definitely my favorite. And I was sad to see. I just found out from you today that they're not going back next year, and that's
Yeah,
disappointing.
they're not going there for Xfinity, which is sad.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
But no. So what's funny? So Mike's saying Michigan. What's funny about Michigan is Mike's standing like on this side of the hauler. Dylan, which is Rebecca's boyfriend, and I are running because we're helping the guys with the
So
freaking pit box. It just starts freaking letting loose. I mean, we're drenched. I
mhm.
come up, I get back to the hauler, and I look over at Mike, and he goes, "Man, sorry, I'm bad luck when it comes to rain." And I looked at him and I said, "You caused this? I'm soaked.
Yep.
We're dying."
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I think we sat there for a good, what, 20, 30 minutes talking,
yeah, yeah, we did.
just kind of catching up and talking about the podcast, talking about his business. And since that day, I was like, we're gonna get you on the show, and I think we've tried to get you on probably what, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, just their situations didn't match up and the timing didn't match up. But today, like I said, you called me stationary today because I've been stuck in the kitchen for the last
So I was like, hey,
4 hours.
I need you tonight. I overbooked and then underbooked.
No, I'm glad I could come on with you guys.
So
so I was a funny story about rain. We're at Pocono
Mhm.
and we're sitting in the pit box, and Mark Setzer sitting next to me, and it's me and then Adrian and Bobby.
Okay.
And it starts getting really dark and cloudy, and I'm like, So I bring up the radar because he does in the pit box on the screens. He didn't have like the radar showing bad weather. So I bring it up. It was towards the end of the race, and Jeremy was towards the front of the
He
middle
was running
middle.
fifth.
Yeah, he was up towards the
Yeah,
front.
he was running good. Yeah.
And it was before he got punted. But so I go to Mark to show him that for pit strategy. I said,
Right,
hey,
rain's
look at the
coming.
radar, and I didn't say anything.
Parental guidance. Parental guidance for what's about to be said.
I didn't say anything. I showed him it, and I just said, hey, just so you know.
Yeah, it's there.
And then I don't know. I don't know what happened after, if you said something or Mark said something, but either way.
So Beth and I were talking, and she said, it looks like it's going to rain. And I said, well, that's what he's saying. Mark looks over at Rob and said, get the F off my pit box.
Oh,
He goes, we're fed up to hear with this rain stuff. I
right.
don't want to hear it anymore. We're done with it.
Rob's looking at me going, did I just get kicked off the pit
Yeah.
box?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
like, I
magic
didn't
word.
even say the word. I was just helping him out to say, hey, you may want to, look at it's coming close.
Right.
Maybe stay out instead of pitting and all that stuff.
You're guilty by word association.
I guess, yeah. So I guess I learned when you're on a pit box, don't share the weather report. I guess
They were not happy in Michigan either, because I remember them being like, we can't have it rain again, because boy, I know it puts a wrench in their plans trying to get out of these places and get to the next place.
100%.
Well, we were talking because they went down to not Mancy's. What the heck was it? They went down somewhere in Toledo and had dinner.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, if you guys would have let me know, I lived like right down the street. And we were joking about it, and I was actually there the day before.
Okay.
So we were joking about it, and they're like, "Yeah, screw it. If it rains, we're going back down there and eating." So they're like, "Let it rain." I mean, it was pouring at that point. I mean, we didn't know if we were going to get the race in.
Yeah, I was surprised they did, because that's like you said. I thought it was a wash.
So then the race goes, it rains. The race goes, it rains. Then the race goes, we finish it. I look over at Mike, and I go, "Well, you have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon." I said, "Make sure you say a prayer tonight that there's no rain."
Yeah.
It freaking poured Sunday.
Yeah, it did. It was crazy. What happened Sunday was we're there, and like like you're saying, with like looking on your phone and you see this weather coming in. I'm looking at social media on Twitter, and I'm like, boy, all the talking heads that are supposed to know what they're talking about are telling me that this thing is not getting started. Like they're not getting started. I tell my daughter, I'm like, why don't we beat the traffic? We'll go back to the Airbnb, and then we'll be ready for tomorrow. And sure enough, I get back to the Airbnb just as they start going green. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They started this race and they went like 50 laps and it rained out from there. But I couldn't believe that they were able to get that race started on that Sunday. I was very surprised to see that.
So Mike actually texts me. He gets back to the Airbnb, and I go, "Man, I hope you're enjoying the beginning of this race." He goes, "No, I'm at the Airbnb." I go, "What the hell are you doing at the Airbnb?" I was like, "You're supposed to be at the track."
Yep.
So then he sends me a text back, and he goes, "Wow, we're going Monday." I said, "All right, well, let me know how it goes." And we sat there and was back and forth Monday morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
that race is real good there. I'm still in awe that you said that they're not going back there.
yeah, it says they're not going back. I really think they need to make that a night race. I think a night race would be freaking awesome.
Yep, I agree.
I think they go back in 2026. I think they didn't go this year because of the Olympic break. That
No.
Oh no.
They took out Xfinity and put trucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they moved.
But
Xfinity.
instead of doing, I wish they would have got rid of ARCA and went trucks Xfinity and made the triple header.
Yeah.
Well, I take it back. The Olympics were this past summer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that tells you how.
Well, time
Yeah.
time is crazy.
So no, it can't be that. That makes no sense then.
So I looked at the schedule and it
Are
so
they taking
Michigan
them down to? Are they taking them out of the country this year? Maybe that's the weekend.
so Michigan is June 7th, okay?
Mm,
I
For the
think
trucks.
they're going to Mexico.
Mexico City.
June
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
so June 14th they go to Mexico.
Yeah, so that's what happened to them. They taking them. They're costing the teams 3 times as much money to go to Mexico City, and they pull them from Michigan.
Yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
is what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, we've had that conversation before with few different teams about how much, like the Portland race,
yeah,
how much it costs in just fuel costs to
yeah. To
drive the
get them
car there
polished.
and back is more than if they what they would got to finish in the top, 3 of the race.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
That's
it's nuts.
yeah, that's not a good business model.
No, I mean but that they have to share
They got to
the
do it.
markets and stuff, I guess, and
Yeah, yeah,
it
that's
is what it
crazy.
is.
Yep, they find a way to do it. I guess
Yep,
people like us help them out.
yep.
So the we have 3 questions left. The
Okay.
first one is who's your favorite NASCAR driver and what's your favorite NASCAR track?
Okay, favorite NASCAR driver, current or all time?
Well, you
You
can
can do
see
both.
behind you it's
Both.
Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt, of course, was is my all time. I never got to see him live, which bums me out. But
I have.
see, I never got to see him, and it's crazy because he was at I. The funny thing is, growing up, I always said my one bucket list item in my life before I die is I want to go to one NASCAR race. And now I go yearly, and I've been on a race car, so I've exceeded those goals. But yeah, I do wish I saw Senior when he was running, but I didn't get a chance to do that. But my favorite driver now is I follow Chase. Chase is who I follow, weekly. Favorite racetrack, I got to go with it's a toss up between Daytona and Talladega. I'm a big drafting track guy, so I've been to both Talladega and Daytona. Um, I would probably choose Daytona only because the atmosphere once you leave the racetrack, you're right on the beach there. There's nothing to do in Talladega, so besides the boulevard. So,
Uh,
but yeah, Daytona, I would probably give that answer.
all right, so I gotta ask since you've been to Michigan.
Mm,
Michigan infield, Talladega infield.
mm. I didn't venture out much into the Michigan infield, so I don't know if I have. I don't think I have the proper information to make an educated decision there.
I have not been to Talladega, so I cannot say it, but I've heard that Michigan infield is almost identical to Talladega.
Well, really? Well, we missed an opportunity then, apparently.
That's what I was thinking. I
Yeah,
mean, we could have
Boulevard and
got, I
Talladega
mean,
is.
we were there this year, obviously,
Mm,
and we were there Saturday, or no, Sunday. No, yeah, Saturday. Saturday morning, and we got there about 6:45 in the morning, and people were stumbling out of their campers.
oh my, that's a sign
So,
of a good night before. That's what that is.
and there were so many beer cans and stuff over by the concert area.
Yep,
Oh, there was a lady sleeping on in the middle of the freaking
that's
in the
hilarious.
middle of everything. Oh yeah, it gets wild. I gotta take Rob.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a chance. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know Michigan was big on their
Oh yeah, it's
infield
wild.
atmosphere.
So the last question we have is what are your social media platforms and if somebody wants to order a cheesecake from you, how do they get one?
Well, we're on Facebook. If you just do a basic Facebook search for Belcher's Cheesecake Creations, the page will come up. Uh, a lot of my customers are repeat customers, but the occasional new customer they reach out by DM. Um, Same thing with X, formerly known as Twitter, will always be Twitter to me. You can also do another search for that. I'm on there. I'm on there as well. Not much pull on Instagram. Probably need to get my 13-year-old on that. I'm sure she can take me to different stratosphere with some of that stuff.
I got one quick question for you.
Sure.
So I've always heard that there's New York cheesecake and then there's regular cheesecake. So what is the difference between the two?
New York cheese. From what I'm not a. I don't make New York style cheesecake, is what I've been told. But I believe the New York style is like super thick and very dense. So you're gonna take one slice of that cheesecake and probably come back in the morning. My cheesecakes are more light. I believe it's how I mix my ingredients together. Puts a little more air into the batter itself. Makes it a little lighter. Don't feel like you got to go take an hour nap after you take a bite.
I appreciate that. That I've always wondered that because I was like,
Yep.
you see the New York style cheesecake, and then I'm like, well, this sort of tastes the same as this cheesecake. So,
Yeah, I'm sure there's more scientific side of it. There might be some. I know there's recipes out there for people who put sour cream in their cheesecakes. There's a bunch of different ways to get to the end point. With me, I'm your cream cheese, eggs, sugar. Usually, I have my simple vanilla batter, and then whatever kind of cheesecake we're making, it all starts from that initial batter. So, but yeah, that's the best I got for you. It's just I think it's the denseness of the New York style.
all right. Well, I really appreciate that.
No problem. Let it help.
So we don't want to hold you up, Mike, because we know you're super busy. So
No, this is nice. I'm glad I could get on with you guys.
yeah,
Hopefully we'll do it again in the future.
I appreciate you coming on with us tonight, and we'll get you back in here when we start our season 2.
Yeah, I'm marking off the days until Daytona runs around here.
Yeah,
It's
amen.
this is a very very slow time for me. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so this has gone real bad, real quick.
I'm
So
glad. I'm glad you took Mike McCarthy. Thank you. I'm a Packers fan,
okay,
so I mean, I feel bad for the Cowboys,
I
but
you're
don't.
happy too.
then again, I don't really, not really, but yeah, I don't. Jerry Jones is kind of
Oh,
is a train wreck.
it's
Hey, hey,
bad. It's a
hey,
bad
Mike.
deal.
You guys
Mhm.
have your off season.
Well, yeah, we're in the middle of it right now.
No, you guys have your off season. For once in my life, I can actually say that the Steelers are better than the Cowgirls.
Yeah, we did beat you, of course.
Yeah, but that
Obviously,
doesn't matter.
a month or so ago, we
That's
did
all right.
we did whoop on that ass a little bit on
That's
Monday night.
okay.
Was that Monday Night Football?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's okay.
We only show up when we're on prime time, which just happens to be like every other week. So
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
has
all
seemed
right.
like that. Like,
We're gonna make the playoffs. You're not.
that is true. That is true. Maybe we'll have a watch party. I'll have a little house on the prairie on mine.
So yeah, we'll have you back on season 2. Just so everybody knows, we have 2 episodes left for season 1. That'll put us at episode 50. Episode 51 will air in February, probably the first week of February, and we will have the whole Jeremy Clements family.
Wow,
As of right now, it's episode 51, and it's Jeremy, Tony, Jennifer, everybody. So
awesome.
you guys are gonna want to tune into that episode. Won't want to miss it. Maybe share some surprises coming up for the next season. You never know.
I mean, we did have Jennifer on the last episode of our podcast, and
Yep.
she gave us some interesting information about Jeremy, about some nicknames and that type of stuff. So we're looking forward to bringing that stuff up when we speak with them again.
Yeah.
have to set the reminder on the phone for that one. I'll check it out on Spotify for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, guys, go to Spotify.com, type in Area 51 Racing Podcast. You don't want to miss it. I mean, Rob and I and Dave are very excited that we're finally on Spotify. No more Podbean after this season. We're going big with Spotify. Maybe this will be the next Dale Jr. download, or as you all like to say it, this is Denny Hamlin Jr. in Action is Detrimental.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was funny at Pocono. We ran into Denny Hamlin. He must have just got done doing an appearance or something. He was by the infield, or not the infield, but the what do you call it? The cafe thing.
Okay.
In just inside the gate by the pit area, and he was getting on his golf cart, and I said hi to him, and he saw our podcast T-shirts, or these shirts that we were both, Bobby and I, were wearing, and he said, "Oh, I have to check that out," and said hi, and we joked. I'm like, "You two could be twins, Bobby and him." I mean,
have you seen the picture?
I see it.
It's crazy.
Have you seen the picture, Mike?
I haven't. No.
Okay, hold on.
I could see it though.
Now you're gonna make me pull it up real quick. So
he's Denny Hamlin's doppelganger. I think.
Yeah, these
everybody's got one, they say.
I guess.
So these guys have been bad to me. They rag on me a lot about this whole Denny Hamlin.
That's because we love you, Bobby. It's all in good fun, friends.
No, I actually, you guys have brought it up, and I've actually been told I look like him, and now I'm starting to realize it. I told Rob was joking with me, and he goes, "We're gonna have to get you an Action Detrimental hat and a shirt, and be like, oh shit, Denny Hamlin's on the show today."
That would be perfect.
Or what was that T-shirt he got? Didn't he have somebody call him a hack or something? And he had a T-shirt made that said "I'm a hack" or something. Yeah, that was a good one. We could get you that.
Stop it. What race was that? Well, that was Pocono, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Pocono.
I'm going through the Pocono picture. Nope, that ain't it.
That was him and his PR.
I got it. You suck. I do. I can see it. There you go.
Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it for sure.
Without the glasses,
you're on the right?
Yeah.
You got the fire suit on, right?
Yeah.
The Mavis fire suit.
I can see it.
Dude, I actually no joke. I'm buying that die.
That other guy looks just like Bobby. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's scary. There's two of them.
But seriously, I'm the younger version of Denny.
Yeah. Jeez.
But yeah, these guys have been on my butt about it for a while now, so whatever.
Yeah, could be worse.
I mean, I haven't won
Spencer.
I've won a championship. Denny has not.
Yeah. That is true.
That's what these guys joke about. I've won championships in iRacing. He has not won.
See? No. Who's a superstar?
I mean, technically
you, right? Exactly. So damn good.
I mean, you guys both have your own podcasts. I mean,
yeah.
The only difference is I'm tatted, he's not.
Yeah.
What a loser he is.
Hey, easy. That's my brother.
Let him know I said hi.
All right, Mike. Well, good luck. Since I forgot to tell everybody, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family as well.
Yep. Let the family know we said happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and hopefully you guys will tune in to Spotify and check us out.
Will do. We'll see you at a track in 25, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Sounds good, sir.
Looking
forward to trying that awesome cheesecake.
That's right. If you find me at a racetrack with the Clements, I'm sure there's at least a crumb left. Those boys tend to.
I was just going to say, those boys probably chow down that stuff pretty quick.
And they were gone fast.
You'll have to follow me in with them. You can start the line.
I could, I'm a retired cop. I could do security for you to make sure that they don't get them before you get in the hauler.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
There
I'll
you
get
go.
your information.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, Mike.
Have a good one, guys.
Take
Enjoy.
care. Thanks, Mike, for being on.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right. So that was segment 1 and 2 brought to you by Alliance Driveway Solutions. That was Mike Belcher. I really appreciate him coming on tonight. Like I said, sorry guys, I'm not 100% tonight. As Rob can see it.
Well, and I'm not really either. I'm better than I was this past weekend. I ended up getting the flu, but I'm feeling better than I was. So, I'm not coughing now, so that's a good thing. And I know Bobby hasn't felt good at all today.
Yeah, I'm dragging. So, I'm gonna give a shout out to Anna real quick. These coffee cups are absolutely wicked. I love them. I got my coffee in there with a little bit of honey. Hopefully, I can start feeling better. Segment 3 is the Xfinity recap of Jeremy Clements, brought to you by Action RV. We really don't have anything with it being the off season.
I got a couple racing related things to share. Right. So one thing is the Cars Tour had a race at Florence Speedway in South Carolina, and Kevin Harvick's son Keelan got his first late model start in that race, in Kevin Harvick's number 62 late model, and Keelan actually did really well. He ended up finishing P8 in the race out of 31 cars on the lead lap, no damage. So I watched the race a little bit on Flow Racing. That's when I wasn't feeling so hot, so the motion of the camera and stuff, I started getting a headache and stuff. So I unfortunately stopped watching the race. But the other thing is today, an up-and-coming female driver from the ARCA Menard Series, Tony Breidinger, is announced to be driving full-time in the NASCAR Crash and Truck Series or Tricon Garage in the number 5 truck, I believe it was. So that's cool to see another good young female driver stepping up to the next series, and hopefully she has some success there with Tricon Garage and is able to continue her career path in racing. I got to meet her at the Milwaukee Mile race this past summer. She was very nice, very kind, and very personable person. And like I said, I wish her and her team the best. So, but that's that. And then other than Jeremy Clements posted the poster of all the liveries from this past year, and he thanked all his partners that he had, and fans and everything, for sticking with him and the team with a roller coaster up and down season. And so we just want to, on behalf of our podcast, Bobby, Dave, and I, thanks to Jeremy and his team for having that mentality of no quit, working hard, being dedicated, and never giving up. So that's the thing we like about Jeremy and his team. Being a small independent team, they never mail it in. They always do what they got to do, and they go above and beyond, just like their partners do. So we're glad to be a small part of that last season, and hopefully be a small part again this season coming up. So
I will definitely say this now. Area 51 Racing Podcast will be a sponsor in 2025.
So other than that, that's all I have for the race report. I can do the Kylie Glick, the segment 4 Kylie Glick racing recap brought to you by Nordic Logistics. It's Kylie's off season. She's done with racing. I know she's been in the shop working on the cars and preparing for the 2025 season, where she's going to be racing in the Cars Tour West and a pro late model. She had some success this past year, raced two pro late model races, one at All American Speedway and then one at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas. She did well. So looking forward to the 2025 season. And if anybody is looking for some Kylie Glick racing merch, go to shop.kylieglick.com and get some Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers. They have hoodies, hats, stickers, you name it, they have it. So go check that out and give Kylie and her team some support. And yeah, that would be it for the Kylie Glick's race report for segment 4, Bobby.
All right. So, like I said, guys, we are on Spotify. I know I'm kind of rambling about it, but Spotify. We are live on Spotify. Rob, I know you and I've been trying to do this for a couple months now, and we finally got it.
Yeah,
So
it took a little assistance from you, some from me, Micah Maselli, or if I pronounced his name right. I know I usually don't pronounce it right, but he was gracious enough to fix our logo so it would be compatible with Spotify for us, which we greatly appreciate. And yeah, my goal was to try to get all our episodes uploaded to Spotify before tonight, but since I was sick this past weekend and I haven't been feeling great, I was able to get, as of right now, 21 of our episodes are up, 1 through 21. Obviously, you can still go to Podbean to listen to all of our episodes. I will upload this episode to Podbean, and then once I get to episode 48 on Spotify to upload it, I will do that. But I don't want to get the episodes out of order on Spotify. So hopefully within the next day or two, I'll have that done and we'll be rocking and rolling and ready to go. So
you want to hear something funny?
what's that?
Area 51 Racing Podcast is on my phone right now as a memory. Our first official podcast episode, December 5th, 2023. Mark Nelson, Mark Mullen, and Ryan Delaney. Our first episode. And if you guys can't tell, our logo is old. Like, that's not even the new logo. So
that was the original logo that Rob Kikebush, the owner of Whitetail Smokeless, allowed us to use.
yes, sir.
And then the new logo that we have is Michael Maselli created that logo for us. Few episodes in, I think it was I can't remember, episode 6 maybe he was on, something like that, and he did the logo for us real quick. So
I know I haven't really said anything about it, but once we're done with episode 50, Rob and Dave and I are gonna take a month off or so. Enjoy Christmas, enjoy our families. January, the three of us will kind of kick back into everything. Um, I'm hoping. I think we're gonna redo the banners. We're gonna our the intro things that I do every week. Sorry I haven't been doing them. I've been really busy with work, and I haven't really thought about putting them on. So that's why I just try to send out a message saying who the guest is. Um, I want to thank all of our partners and everybody that follows us and the fans. Remember, guys, go to stickygears.com for your t-shirts, for the Area 51 Racing t-shirts. A portion of that money goes directly to JCR. Anna More Designs, like I said, these awesome coffee cups, the tumblers, stickers. So we've got the big sticker and we got the little sticker, $8 for the big ones, $4 for the small ones. Gale Beard Products is a sponsor of ours or a partner of ours. If you go into the discount code and type in Area 51, you will get 15% off your order and free shipping. Remember, guys, make them say it. Gale.
Golly.
Driven Trackside, Driven Sunglasses. They're a sponsor of ours also. Driven Trackside has the pre-orders up now till 12/7 for the Flying For Miami Homestead crew shirt. I got mine ordered. Rob got his ordered. Do you have your guys' ordered? They are the t-shirts are coming soon. I'm not sure where they will be coming from. I haven't actually heard.
I think there was mention that it
I've heard a
possibly
couple. I've
Racing
heard a couple
Warehouse
names.
and
I'm not 100%
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I same with me. So the recent one was the Racing Warehouse. So I guess just watch Racing Warehouse's site under the
Yeah.
Jeremy Clements apparel and hats. I'm
Um,
sure Ray Stevens or the Racing Warehouse will definitely put a poster or link or something on social media platform to let everybody know.
check out Driven Sunglasses. Go to their website. For Driven Sunglasses merchandise at drivensunglasses.com. Remember to check out, or remember at the checkout, enter the promo code Area 51 Racing for 20% discount and free shipping. Also, check out the Racing Warehouse website for Jeremy Clements hats, sheet metal. Armadillo Apparel has some nice shirts, hats, whatever you can pretty much dream of. They have. We would like to thank all of our partners who make the podcast possible. Spartan Waste, Fox Sports Spartanburg, Impel Union, Alliance Driveway Solutions, First Pacific Funding, Elite Towing and Recovery, Whitetail Smokeless, Fly Inform Concrete Structures, Runner's Roost, Matman Designs, Action RV, Booze Pops, Nordic Logistics, Wings Etc., Anna More Designs, Gale, Surefit Companies, High Speed Auto, Enigma Tattoo, Kylie Glick Racing, Jeremy Clements, and Jeremy Clements Racing. And like I said, guys, I'm sorry that I'm kind of off a little bit. I can hear it in my voice. It's kind of driving me nuts, to be honest. I know Rob, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm definitely feeling it. But I'd like to thank you guys all for tuning in to episode 48. With that being said, we're gonna do our exit, and we will see you guys next week.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your time with your family.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
It's a veteran-owned adult ice cream truck. Booze Pop, baby, it's Booze Pop, baby. Bringing people together. One booze pop at a time. Let's go. We're gonna rock out with our pops out, baby. It's the only pop that keeps you warm. You can rock out to go to boozepop.com.
All right. Well, with that being said, y'all have a great Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and we will see you guys next week for episode 49.
Peace, everybody. Have a great holiday season. Enjoy it, the time with your family.